That's why I like these kind of games, because this tackles a lot of deep topics. Indirectly as well as directly, like. Especially also AI is a big topic in here, which is interesting and very relevant right now, 20 years later after this game came out.
Come on. Udina's presenting the Quarians' evidence to the Council.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You wanted proof? There it is.
This evidence is irrefutable, Ambassador. Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts will be made to bring him in to answer for his crimes.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren. Matriarch Benezia.
I'm actually surprised they were so quick to accept this evidence. But maybe they're better than I thought. My first sort of impression of the Council was that they are corrupt to an extent. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. I don't know.
Who's she?
Matriarchs are powerful Asari who have entered the final stage of their lives. Revered for their wisdom and experience, they serve as guides and mentors to my people. Matriarch Benezia is a powerful biotic, and she had many followers. She will make a formidable ally for Saren.
I'm more interested in the Reapers. What do you know about them?
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory core. The Reapers were an ancient race of machines that wiped out the Protheans. Then they vanished.
That's true. Hey, nah, bro, I'm just watch the stream. It's fine, man. I thought you have to do some biology lessons. So don't skip your important assignments just for my stream. Let's go.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods, and Saren is the prophet for their return.
We think the conduit is the key to bringing them back. Saren's searching for it. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Do we even know what this conduit is?
Saren thinks it can bring back the Reapers. That's bad enough.
Listen to what you're saying. Saren wants to bring back the machines that wiped out all life in the galaxy? Impossible. It has to be. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence? If they were real, we'd have found something.
Yeah, hopefully you'll learn to hate them. And we'll see. We'll see, eh? So far, my only problem really has been the Turians. But I think this is also what this game sort of is trying to portray here, which I like a lot, that it is really questioning the biases we all have, right? Because obviously you always have, I mentioned this last stream, that when you see someone, you immediately put them in a drawer in your mind and make judgment upon them. For example, if you see a very promiscuously dressed woman on the street, you immediately think of her as a slut. If you see someone that is in a suit, you think of him on a higher level. If you see someone in completely wrecked clothes, you think of him as a loser or like homeless or whatnot, right? Your brain does this intentionally, because if you have to evaluate everyone you see on the street, that was just mental overload. It would be a mental overload for your mind, right? So it does that. Now, are these draws always correct? No, of course not. But they are very often correct. Like, let's be real here, right? Stereotypes exist for a reason. It's funny to me when people say that everyone is individual and everyone is different. Sure, but we are similar in many ways. Like, men behave in a similar way in many ways. Women behave in a similar way in many ways. Now, there are, of course, extremes in sort of the bell curve. It's always a bell curve, right? And on the extremes, you have sort of outliers of that. But that, if anything, just proves the rule. And this is very greatly displayed, I think, also with the races in this game. Because you have some sort of biases towards the races and what they did and how they operate. But I've also been wrong with this, right? With that other guy, the Nihilus, initially. I didn't like him too much because he seemed like the first Turian we met. He seemed a bit just like an assassin who doesn't give a shit. but he seemed to actually be on the right side. And some of the Turians were good, others were very bad. So this is sort of what this is playing on. That you can't just judge an entire race on a single person's experience with them, right? Stereotypes do have a reason, as I said, but if you meet one person of a race or culture or ethnicity or gender, they don't speak for the entire race. You have to look at the bigger picture. But yeah, it's very interesting. But now this guy here, right? I mean, he does have a point. The other one who said, where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace? And he doesn't believe that the other guy will bring back these people, these Reapers, which destroy everything. Why not? I mean, he's a council member. Shouldn't he have some sort of understanding of how other people act? Because clearly everyone could tell that Saren has some issues, that he's not a good guy. That was just, I think, very obvious from how he speaks. You can tell this. You can tell very easily what direction someone is faced at in their mind and what they want to achieve and what, like, and what kind of a character they have in how they speak. I think it's very noticeable. Are they condescending? Are they talking down on people? Or are they open and uplifting? It's very, very obvious. And Saren was very condescending, obviously. Right? So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see where this goes, right? Reapers are real.
I tried to warn you about Saren, and you refused to face the truth. Don't make the same mistake again.
This is different. You proved Saren betrayed the Council. We all agree he's using the Geth to search for the conduit, but we don't really know why.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander. A convenient lie to cover Saren's true purpose. A legend he is using to bend the Geth to his will.
This, my friend, is retarded. I'm sorry for putting it that way. Because you're making this absolute statement, but you can't know for sure. Right? You can't know if it's truly just a myth. At this point, you just can't know. But Shepard is also going the wrong direction here because he's going on to his vision, right? I've seen him that he's talking about his vision, but you can't really trust that. And it's not hard evidence.
50,000 years ago, the Reapers wiped out all galactic civilization. If Saren finds the conduit, it will happen again.
But why?
Saren is a rogue agent on the run for his life. He no longer has the rights or resources of a Spectre. The Council has stripped him of his position.
That is not good enough. You know he's hiding somewhere in the Traverse. Send your fleet in!
A fleet cannot track down one man.
A Citadel fleet could secure the entire region, keep the Geth from attacking any more of our colonies.
Or it could trigger a war with the Terminus systems. We won't be dragged into a galactic confrontation over a few dozen human colonies.
Well, okay, actually that's interesting. And I like the deep layers in this. Because first of all, the Udina, our ambassador, the human ambassador, is also being an asshole because he's very demanding. For no reason, right? He's actually just speaking to the council here, so he should be a bit more humble, I think, and ask for protection instead of just demanding that they fucking protect our colonies. Yeah. So that's wrong. But on the other side, they are also completely dismissive of what's going on here, and they're Spectre, which I guess there is some personal bias in there because the Spectres are their own pet, right? To protect the council, they basically created them above the law, and now they fucked up. So they, I guess, it's kind of a feels bad moment. But he was also, again, very condescending here by saying we won't be dragged into a galactic confrontation over a few dozen human colonies because who gives a fuck, right? That's basically what he's saying. That's not helping either. There's a lot of political discussion in here. That's what I find to be very interesting. Than me.
I can take Saren down.
The commander's right. There is a way to stop Saren that doesn't require fleets or armies.
No, it's too soon. Humanity is not ready for the responsibilities that come with joining the Spectres.
I didn't ask to become a Spectre, you incompetent fool. I just asked to hunt this guy down. What a cunt.
You don't have to send a fleet into the Traverse, and the ambassador gets his human Spectre. Everybody's happy.
That's an interesting expression. Okay, so we actually become a Spectre, huh?
Commander Shepard, step forward.
That wasn't clear to me that he was asking to become a Spectre this way. I thought he was just trying to hunt one guy who broke the law. But alright, I'll take it. But the other clans won't like that kind of thing.
It is the decision of the Council that you be granted all the powers and privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance branch of the Citadel.
Spectres are not trained, but chosen. Individuals forged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file.
Spectres are an ideal, a symbol, the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the Council, instruments of our will.
Spectres bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace, both our first and last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy is theirs to uphold.
You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
True. Damn. I feel very proud. Because I just sort of accidentally slipped into this. I know a couple people like that. I look at them and think, what a cunt. Yeah, and you know what? That's what I meant, right? Very often, your first instinct of someone is actually correct. Not always. I have been proven wrong by this. I was thinking, looking at people thinking, what a absolute cunt. And then I actually got to know them and they were super nice people. So it can be wrong. But from my own experience, and I think you think the same, more often than not, it's actually true. And this is because we have a subconscious... It's a subconscious understanding of other people's body language. And also the energetic field they radiate. Because you guys might not know, but your heart creates an electromagnetic field around you that sort of expands around you roughly 1 meter in a circle and above you. Like an egg, pretty much. And if someone else gets into this field, you can feel their energy. The energy they subconsciously radiate, what kind of... It's true, you can actually feel what kind of character they are if you are very close to someone. It's also why we like our personal space and don't want people to invade that personal space so much. That is when they actually get in contact with that energetic field you created, because you can literally feel that. It can also be measured, by the way. It's not woo-woo bullshit, that can be measured. And people have done it extensively. There's a... I think the guy was called Greg Braden, I think was his name. He wrote a book that covers this. And this is also why when you are in love with someone, and you've been with someone for a long time, that's many years, you try to pick up their signals. Like, I was married for 12 years, right? And like 9 years married, 12 years together. And this is when you can then end the other person's sentences. When you know exactly how they will act in a certain situation, what they will say, how they feel, and the same about you. And this is because you have been in their energetic field for so long that you have picked up on it and you know then how it operates. That energy is what I call their stench. Why did you have to make it so negative? I mean, if someone has a stench, there might be a different problem. There might be something else. But anyway, so, about the Spectres. Initially, I wasn't too fond of this. What I like about this game is so much that they consistently flip what you think about all the things that are happening without putting it on your nose. It's very clever, this game. It's very, very clever. And because with the Spectres, initially I thought there should be no group that is above the law, right? Or sort of... This is the group, I don't know. But they have these Spectres and they are above the law. And I felt like, you know, it's the classic who watches the watchers thing, right? They are the watchers, looking that people stick within the realms of the law, but who is making sure that they are sticking within the realms of the law? And there's always a problem if you have this kind of thing. At the same time, he said they are just an instrument of the will of the council, much like, for example, I was thinking of medieval knights. It's a great honor to become a knight, and you have a lot of burden upon you that you have to protect and help the species and to keep the peace in the galaxy. It's pretty much like the Jedi also. I was thinking about them as well. Although the Jedi obviously have a different regimen to become Jedi, they are chosen by how good they are as people. And it seems like the Spectres are mostly chosen as how useful they are. Because Saren seems to be a bad person. I mean, maybe he wasn't when he became a Spectre, but you gotta have some sort of measurement on the character of a person because before you give them so much power as they do with the Spectres. Otherwise, obviously, this is a recipe for disaster. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're Spectre now. Fucking legend. Thank you.
I'm honored, Counselor.
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
Damn. But basically, I was just relieved of my of our Commander Anderson or whatever, Captain Anderson was just relieved of our duties towards him, and we're now our own Spectre Overlord Chief thing, just like that. But yeah, what I want to say is the other species probably won't like that. That we got into the Spectre program that fast. There might be some repercussions from that.
Any idea where to find him?
We will forward any relevant files to Ambassador Udina.
This meeting of the Council is adjourned.
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
I have a ship.
You'll get access to special equipment and training now. You should go down to the C-Sec Academy and speak to the Spectre Requisitions Officer.
Anderson, come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
Become a Spectre. That Ambassador Udina is kind of a weird guy.
I thought the ambassador would be a little more grateful. He didn't even thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's just kind of cold and rude, I don't know. He doesn't have proper manners, that's the word I was seeking. The way I feel is that if morals were out of the picture, it would be perfect to breed lawkeepers. If morals were out of the picture. I mean, yeah, that's what even society in our world has tried to do a lot. With these sort of special troops we always have. But then again, there's just humans, right? And they are susceptible to their emotions and more questions and whatnot. Anderson will give you the Normandy. Okay, but please refrain from spoiling too much, okay, going forward. But I figured that he would. I don't blame him.
Until I find Saren, I haven't done anything. Come on.
Right behind you, Commander.
I mean, he's right. But still, he was still rude, I think.
300 years ago, the Geth drove my people into exile. We asked the Council to wipe the synthetics out, but they ignored our pleas.
Maybe if they'd listened, we wouldn't be here now.
Well, that's interesting, though. Well, I guess they didn't want to be part of genocide of an entire species, even if they are artificial.
We've tried to create organic environments back on the flotilla, but we lack the space for anything as grand as this.
I mean, if I remember correctly, you have like 1 million people on a little spaceship.
So, this is where the Council passes judgment on all us little folk, huh? Ever get the feeling ran over our heads, Commander?
I mean, I kind of like the idea of the council, by the way. But it's obviously tough to find the right people to be part of the council. And I don't know if 3 people is enough. But generally the idea, I think, is correct. Especially having multiple species as part of it. Like different species. Because then... Because the idea is that the Citadel is kind of the neutral, political neutral, racial neutral, whatever neutral, center of the galaxy where everyone can come to and ask for things and whatnot. But everything will be granted, of course, because the main idea is always the peace of the galaxy. And you kind of have to do this. You can sort of think of it as a world government we would have on Earth. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to ruin anything. It's good, man. You didn't really spoil anything big, but I had this happen on Expedition 33, so I just wanted to make sure. But all good, man. No worries. Where was I? Shit, I lost my train of thought. Then it wasn't that important, I guess. Oh yeah, world government. Yes. If you think, for example, I think before we can become an interstellar species, right? Like in this game, for example, we would need to overcome our bullshit on Earth, right? With each other. That means we would need to establish some sort of world government. This is pretty much what the Alliance did there in Mass Effect, right? But that would mean we would have some sort of overarching council that represents humanity into the outer world and tries to represent every single country, race, ethnicity, species on the planet. Now this is of course very tough. Very difficult to achieve. But I think necessary. Now this is to an extent globalism, right? But the globalism that we have these days isn't actually there to get people the best that they need and want. It's only there for control. You guys know that. So the idea is correct, but its execution is with the wrong intent. I think. But anyway.
Not enough data yet. What? Oh, no, I wasn't.
What?
Never mind.
What?
Yes, is there something you want?
Why are you so interested in the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the keep...
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
We're just talking. Is there something wrong with that?
No. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
Alright, the Keepers. I read about this in the Codex. There are these creatures that keep the Citadel running. But are they sentient? I guess.
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
Well, technically we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree. I'd like to do it more openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
I could help you out. I'm not worried about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
My name's Shepard. I'm with Special Tactics and Reconnaissance.
A Spectre? Well, nobody would dare stop you. All right, then. You'll need this. It's the scanning device I developed.
Well...
Activate it each time you see a Keeper. All collected data will automatically upload to my database. I'll even send a few credits your way for each unique scan.
You see, we just got our special privileges, and we are immediately abusing them. That's funny. The very first thing, we go straight for abusing our power. Funny. Bro, talking about you forgetting that, I read something about when you walk into a room and forget that you wanted to do, and there's a very good answer I found. Technology trains your brain to be lazy and not remember over a long period of time, causing you to be more forgetful. That's definitely a big role in that, for sure. I mean, I was talking about it earlier with social media. technology for that matter. I mean, if you think about it, right? Back in the days when I grew up, we didn't have a navigation system like a sat-nav in our car. We had to have physical maps. And then you had to actually sort of map out where you want to drive if you go like on a holiday. And then you had to follow the signs and sort of remember where you wanted to go, right? To an extent. You had no to-do apps or anything. You had to remember all these things. And I'm using to-do apps, right? But I've been thinking a lot if this is actually good or if it's detrimental to my mental health. Because I don't train my mind to memorize things, which is bad. Very bad, actually. So, I don't know. But yeah, definitely. I actually try to avoid tech as much as possible. I mean, that's how it's interesting because I literally sit in front of the PC all day. But I mean, like, things that make things easier for me through the technology, I try to avoid. Except the to-do list. I guess pretty much the only thing I have. Everything else, like I write a journal each evening about my day and what I experienced and what I think and what I gathered from this about myself. Not a diary, right? It's a journal where I journal my thoughts that I had that day, and if the direction I'm going with my life is the direction I want it to be, etc. Just one page, different crazy. I do this with pen and paper, old school. And I think this is important because it also helps you, because I completely forgot how to write. If you don't do it every day, you kind of lose the ability to write. It's kind of crazy. Like, I can still write, obviously, but it looks like ass, like a doctor, pretty much. Like, nobody can see what I'm writing. And you gotta keep doing things, otherwise you will forget how to do them. The keepers are interesting. I love the Hanar too. The Hanar was that... Yeah, I like them as well. I also like... Well, I know nothing about the keepers. I only saw them doing this, but... If you say they're interesting, that's good. There might be some deeper lore into this.
What are you doing with the data once you've scanned it?
Trying to learn whatever I can about the keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like a society that chastises curiosity and research is doomed to fail. So I would see this totally fine to scan them and learn more about them.
I should get going then.
Yes, I have much work myself. So long, and good luck with the scanning.
He's just standing there. Just chilling. Okay. Non-console races.
The L-Corps.
Keepers.
When the Asari discovered the Citadel, they also discovered the Keepers.
But they were there
a
already,
docile,
right?
multi-limbed insect race that seemingly exists only to maintain and repair the Great Prothean Station. Early attempts to communicate with or study the Keepers were failures, and it is now illegal to interfere with or impede Keeper activity. Because they are completely non-threatening, Keepers have become virtually invisible to everyone else. Similarly, they seem indifferent to other species, except for their tendency to help new arrivals integrate themselves into the Citadel. No matter how many Keepers die due to old age, violence, or accident, they maintain a constant number. No one has discovered the source of new Keepers, but some hypothesize they are genetic constructs, biological androids created somewhere deep in the inaccessible core of the Citadel itself.
What? It's just dropping information like this just on a by sentence? Inaccessible core in the Citadel? Isn't that something we would want to figure out? What is that inaccessible core in the Citadel? And what is in there? What the hell? Do we just ignore that? We just don't care? What? Alright, I guess. I guess we just don't care. Damage done by the next sniper rifle. Assassination. Oh, Spectre training. I didn't even see this. Lead agents of the Council, the Spectres have access to special training and unavailable as Increases health, accuracy, and effectiveness of all attacks and... Yes, yeah. Unity. Restore stats called members. Ah, nice. Oh, she... Oh, no, we don't really... The lore, yes! Absolutely. I'm a sucker for deep lore in games, man. Alright, have you played Horizon Zero Dawn? I know it's actually a PlayStation exclusive title. It was. Have you ever played it? I wonder if it has a good story, because it does look very good. Hacking. Let's do. Take explosion damage. Alright. Scan 20. Okay, that's a lot of them. Ambassador. Alright. Oh, the dispute is still going. Yeah, I can't do it though. Where's the ambassador anyway? Where he at? I guess in the embassies? You haven't? Okay. I've literally only played God of War. What? There's no way you only played one game. There's no way. Okay, then you guys will have to go through this with me on stream at some point. Because I bought it already. And we're gonna play it. I only ever knew it because it looks absolutely amazing and I like the story of it. It has some sort of AI robotic wild animals, kind of, on this planet. And the main protagonist is hunting them. But I think there is... It seems to be deeper than that about... yeah, AI again, I guess. Meet him at the Alliance docking bay. Okay. We gotta get into the training thingy. CSEC. Is there anything interesting here? No? Okay, let's go on then.
Is it common for human women to be front-rank fighters, Chief Williams? I know that Solarian women do not serve in the military.
It's becoming more common, but it took a long time to prove that ladies could handle an assault rifle or a shotgun.
On the flotilla, we don't have the luxury of sexism. We need the best hands for every available job.
Sounds nice, but I don't think I could get used to the uniform.
Unpopular opinion, and apparently I'm sexist according to the game, but I think women should not be in the military. Sorry. I think the female body is not made for combat. And it takes a lot of effort to make it even remotely as strong in combat as a male body. So it seems like it's just against nature. In my eyes, anyway. Oh, you literally only seen God of War that I've played. Okay, I see. Yeah. What, you didn't watch my Expedition 33 playthrough? What is wrong with you? No, it's fine, man. Yeah, I mean, at least the United States changed this properly that it's technically open for women to be in the military, but they have to do the same physical requirements as men, and I think that's fine. If you are born a strong woman and you just want to do this and you can meet the same physical standards as men for the job, fine. Then maybe nature gave you that power. It's alright. But other than that, nah, man. But I'm considered absolutely sexist anyway with my viewpoints, so... But I base all of them in nature, in biology, which is apparently sexist these days. Apparently.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
I mean, we saw this coming.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
So yeah, not exactly a big spoiler, so don't be bad about it, but yeah. It was pretty obvious we would get that. Forced retirement.
I'll take good care of her, sir.
I know you will, Commander.
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
There's more to do.
Come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
Oh.
Why didn't you ever mention this?
What was I supposed to say? I could have been a Spectre, but I blew it? I failed, Commander. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
He made sure the Council rejected. Interesting. So he's still mad at him. Why was he so emotional about this? You failed. Just move on. Seeing a princess in the army is like the same as seeing a girl selling her body on OnlyF. It just seems wrong. Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, if... It's so funny, right? They sell this as progressive, right? It's so funny. People hate me when I say this, but I don't think... There is no such thing as sex workers, right? They're prostitutes. That's what they are. We had a term for this for 100,000 years. A woman, or a man for that matter, but women mostly, that sell their body, their sexuality for money, that are prostitutes. But in this society these days, we have a sort of way with changing terms and making things more, like watering it down, so it doesn't seem as hurtful to people, because people hate being hurt verbally these days. Which is also why we are such an infantile society, by the way. Because nobody grows up being told that they get their shit together and stop bitching. Because life is tough and that's just what it is. That is why we are in this society, yes. Infantile, I think, is the proper word for it. But yeah, honestly, this is where we're at, right? Most men these days, they just, if you're looking for a girl, the first thing you're gonna ask, do you have an OnlyFans? And then you just kick her out if she does. Or like she's immediately not like out of it. Or like people said, like back in the days, you wanted a woman that can like cook and dresses feminine and wants 15 kids and is just nice and polite. You had sort of this list, and these days, guys be like, I just want a woman that doesn't have a dick. I'm like, all right, okay, that's a good start, I guess. But the bar is so low for women, and they still fumble it. That's crazy to me. That is absolutely crazy to me these days. Like, man, there isn't much guys want these days from women other than just being a nice girl. And if you like to cook, that's great, but you don't have to. I can cook myself, right? I don't really need it, but if you want to do it, that's great. And obviously, if you like sex, that's a plus. And if you're nice and enjoy being feminine, that's great. But honestly, just being nice these days is sort of the absolute minimum, which is crazy, isn't it? Because that should be a minimum of being a person, I think. But nobody has manners these days. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, but yeah, I do think that the genders are born with specific roles more aligned with them. It doesn't mean you have to do them. Like, I'm not, for example, a fighter guy. Even though I could, I have some quite broad shoulders. I could do it, but not really my sort of idea. Although I will probably do some karate at some point, but currently I just don't have the time to do it. Or it doesn't fit my schedule, I should say, because my focus is mostly the stream right now. But next year probably. I have it planned. But women are by nature more fit to deal with children. and to raise them. Right. And, like, take care of them, I should say. Like caretakers. They are caretakers. This is how they are born. This is how their entire emotional and hormonal structure is set up. It doesn't mean that all women have to do this. Absolutely not. But it's easier for them than it is for men. Much like men are generally better with gadgets than women are and technology, because we are more interested in these things by nature. That makes us more fit for creating these things than women. Again, doesn't mean that women can't do it. And they have done it, and it's great. There was great contributions. I'm just saying, on average, men and women are different in what they do with their life. And the fun thing is, right? Well, Peterson said this greatly. There were many studies, right? For example, in the Scandinavian countries, right? Sweden and Norwegia and whatnot. Norway. Why did I say Norwegia? What the fuck is that? Norway. They went very far ahead to give both genders in society complete free reign over what they want to do with their life. Any job they wanted, they could have, right? So they had complete free choice as man or woman what they wanted to do with their life. And you know what they did? When there were no sort of things pushed on them, they could completely freely choose what they wanted to do. Most women choose nursery or caretaking jobs themselves, and most men went for the technological STEM fields. So if they are given the free choice to do what they want, they will revert to their natural instinct, which will tell them what to do. So all this force to force people into something they don't want to do, just let them be themselves, and they will find out for themselves just fine and be happy with it. Anyway, we as society are normalizing being a whore. Absolutely. Bullying is gone now. The good type of bully where you put them on the right path and not weirdos. So sad. I actually think that whore shaming should come back. I know Nietzsche disagrees with that. He said that shaming people is bad. I don't think so. I think there should be a societal stigma about certain things. And you know why? The idea we have in society is that the individual need and desire to have what you want and get everything your way overrides what society needs these days. And I think this is entirely backwards. What society needs, your community, and making a society that is thriving and helps people to achieve things, or like society, humanity as a whole, achieve things, should reign over what the individual needs. Of course, you need you should have your basic needs met, but basically what I'm saying is, it's better that people are sort of indirectly forced due to society into a job that contributes to society, other than choosing whatever the fuck they want, and then society falls flat because of it. Because in the end, the idea is always to, for me anyway, to ascend humanity and help us progress as a species forward, other than one dude's life being just sitting at home playing video games and masturbating to porn instead of contributing anything useful to society. Or for example, for these women just dressing, or like showing the butthole on camera online and then buying irrelevant Louis Vuitton bags and thus wasting their life. Instead of, for example, creating a great family with a guy, supporting him that way, having great kids, because through great kids you create a greater society in the end. That is how you change society, with your children, and then through this you actually contribute something to society. It might not give you the Louis Vuitton bags and the newest Mercedes AMG or whatnot, of course not, but you are actually contributing something that is useful to society. This is, for example, why I chose this channel, not just to me playing random games that I just want to play and that look fun. I have this channel and make this channel because I want this to have deeper meaning and help you guys watching this understand things on a deeper level through the many years of study I have done, and thus try to give my wisdom forward. So it's not just mindlessly playing games. I only play games that actually change something. So what if a woman doesn't handle kids well or doesn't want kids? Nobody handles kids well from the very beginning. Okay? One of the key things you have to understand is that Everyone is just winging life. Nobody has it figured out. That's the key thing. Now, doesn't want kids is another problem, because that a woman doesn't want kids is actually in nature very, very, very rare. Okay? Now, if you look at statistics these days, it says that over, I think 60% of women don't want to have children. But this is not their nature. They were just lied to. We have figured that out ages ago already. A woman naturally wants to have children. Of course, there are exceptions, but the exception, if anything, just proves the rule, right? Most women just want to have children at some point. And especially once because they have a very short window, actually. It's kind of sucks being a woman in this sense, but that's just what nature decided for you. I can't change that. But you have a very short window where you have to have your life together and be able to have kids, because your time runs out once you get into your mid-30s to have kids. Then you don't have it at that point, you can't really do it. Of course, with medicine these days, it's still possible, but it's not very healthy. And also not good for the kids. So, this is all manufactured. You can look this up, by the way. A website I would highly recommend for you guys is worldwideshadow.com. Great website. It's going to be a bit of a read. It's a 12-part blog post series. But this will explain everything about society. It's a great website. And so women actually want to have kids, okay? Except for a few exceptions. Now, not handling them well, this comes down to parenting. The mothers of the women. Because as it was over the last 100,000 years, mothers would teach their daughters how to raise their kids. There is no such thing as not handling them well. They have to learn it. You have to learn how to raise children. When I say that a woman is naturally more drawn to be a caretaker and doing this, what I mean by this is that they are more empathetic than men. A complete deviation, I think, in the statistics. Than men, right? And so they are naturally more able to deal with a child that is screaming the entire night than a man that gets angry quicker. I notice myself, I'm a father. So I've been through that. And it was much easier for my wife at the time to deal with him when I was just pissed. Right? And just wanted to leave the bedroom. I didn't, because you can learn to control your anger, but it's just much easier for women, especially if you have multiple children. Because they're more empathetic by nature. But you still have to learn how to raise children properly, right? And this is also in part why you need fathers, because the fathers are usually the ones that set the boundaries and the rules for the children, so you don't get spoiled brats. That's a key thing. Because we live in a very over-feminized society, right? Everything is feminized. Which means more empathetic and neurotic and emotional. There's a complete lack of reason. I'm not saying that women can't reason, right? Because people will always say this. I'm not saying this at all. But it's just that men are usually more on the reasoning side than women. And so men are usually the ones, or the fathers I should say, that set the boundaries and the rules so the kids learn to behave in the social environment. And the women are generally there to be the emotional point where they can get to and can talk about these things and be consistently loved and all these kind of things. This is what women do much better than men. And so each gender has its expertise, I would say, naturally. Those statistics are a result of society being horny and therefore takes the meaning of sex away and abortions takes over. Yeah, there's a lot that contributes to this. But yeah, it's basically, you know what? The reason why women don't want to have kids is actually very simple these days. First of all, they've been told that it completely destroys their body, right? When they have kids. Right? Their tits start to sag, they get a belly and whatnot, and it ruins their skin, they get stretch marks, whatever the hell. Now, the last 100,000 years, women didn't give a fuck about that. Right? They just want to have kids because they enjoyed bringing life into the world and giving love to them and being loved by them, right? They didn't care what they looked like. Also because marriage actually meant something. So if you were married to someone, and the women for that matter, they knew that the man would stay with them. Now, of course, I know back in the days there were other issues because men were cheating a lot back in the days, so this was another problem. But generally, marriage meant that you will stay with this person forever, so the woman could be sure it doesn't really matter what she looks like too much. They still took care of themselves, but like if they get stretch marks, because they really can't change it. But of course, you want to keep yourself visually attractive to your husband. They knew this, and this is still important these days. But no guy really cares about if you put on a little bit of weight around your hips or whatnot when you had 3 of your kids, right? No one gives a fuck about that, okay? But this is what we tell women these days, and at fault for this obviously is Instagram, where you see super hot women with perfect bodies all day, every day, right? So women become very insecure due to Instagram or TikTok, whatever, with all these fake Instagram, which are AI these days, by the way, which is even funny. So they become very neurotic and very focused on what they look like, and also because marriage is not really a strong institution anymore, they know that eventually they will get divorced, or they will divorce themselves because they just don't feel like it. This is what we tell women. But then they are on the sexual marketplace again, and then they have to have the body to make it happen, and the child will obviously ruin it. As well as single moms naturally are less attractive on the sexual marketplace than a single woman without a child. Because there's a reason, obviously, why you are without a husband but with a child. And of course, because we tell women that just whoring around and situationships, which is absolute bull. I always hated this term, by the way. It's literally just bang zoning someone. You're just having an affair with someone. Or like, you're fucking them. That's a situationship. It has nothing to do with any sort of relationship. It's literally just fucking some stranger. That's what you're doing. And because we normalize this, for women, that ruined their natural understanding of what they actually want in life. Because the fun thing is, you see this. Women read a lot of porn, right? They don't watch porn, they read porn. You know these weird novels they read? It's absolute crazy porn. This is crazy shit, right? And they are openly talk about this, which is fun. Because it's normalized. Like, not just even 50 Shades of Grey was normal. You guys don't even know what they're reading these days. It's insane. It's usually like what was the book called? It's a top seller on Amazon. Morning Glory Milking Farm, right? Which is basically a young college girl that is deeply in debt. It's a fantasy setting, and there is this farm where she has to extract milk from a minotaur guy. It's just crazy shit. But basically the idea is always the same when you read these books. It's a strong, powerful, dominant man that tells her what to do, but is also taking care of her, providing for her, and doing what he wants, but still is there for her. Which is exactly what they frame as toxic masculinity. But deep down, every woman wants this. Exactly that. This is what they want. Okay? But they can't have it with real men, because we taught them for so long that all men are oppressors and rapists and whatnot, so they can't have it with real ones, so they look at it in these books. It's a huge cognitive dissonance. But what women actually do on a daily basis is completely crazy what we did there. They are fighting their own natural needs every single day of their life in our current society about children and men, what they truly want, with all the bullshit that we feed them in social media. So they live in this constant state of cognitive dissonance where their mind tells them that this is bad what they want, but they want it anyway because it's their nature. But then it's bad and they start to hate themselves, and this is absolutely cruel what we do to women these days. It's absolutely cruel. Anyway, that was quite a tangent. I saw some joke about naming the kid Gotham, and then the woman tells her husband that Gotham needs which would make me go and take care of the baby. That's great. I like that. I like that a lot. That's awesome. But yeah, abortions. You also talked about abortions. Abortions are another problem, because that takes away any responsibility from sex. Because if you are a man or a woman, if you have sex with someone, you have to be ready that you might have a child out of this. I tell guys all the time, you shouldn't sleep around because you might get a child out of this. Rather keep your dick in your pants and only sleep with women that you also ready to have kids with. Same is true for women. But now that we have abortions and all that shit, we took away all this responsibility that comes with sex, right? You can just really fuck around. Nobody cares. And this is just very, very bad for everyone involved, entire society. So our society is completely fucked on morals and standards, manners, parenting, and raising proper people. Bro, I can just see you on Amazing Dad, listening to you talking about these topics. Well, thank you. I hope so. I hope so. But my son is coming out very nice so far. He's 5, almost 6, and he's very mannered. He's very... How do I phrase this? He's very reserved is maybe the wrong word, but he's not a spoiled brat, basically. He listens if you tell him to not do something that is bad for him. Mostly, of course, he's still testing boundaries like children always do, and that's fine. I wouldn't want to have it any other way, because then he doesn't have his own consciousness. But overall, he's doing very well. I like him a lot. He's doing very well. And it's great. I don't know if it's just due to me, but I try my best. And sometimes I think I'm actually a little bit too strict, but I think it's actually necessary, especially in current society. But yeah. The crazy thing is, at some point, you really only notice when you have children yourself. At some point, I know he will just stop coming up to me and hugging me and saying he loves me. At some point, this will just stop because he's old enough. And then I will feel bad. So call your parents. Call your parents and tell them you love them. Trust me, there's nothing... I wouldn't say there's nothing more important, but there's nothing that goes down as well as hearing this from your children. Especially when you're older. Yeah. And I know myself, oftentimes you have to sort of, quote-unquote, suppress the needs of your child because it would hurt them. We talked about this extensively on Expedition 33 because it has a great parenting story about how Renoir, the father, is displayed in Expedition 33. One of the best father figures I've seen in games. Absolutely amazing, because the lines he also brought, right? See things for what they are, not what you want them to be, right? And life forces cruel choices. That is a great man, because he understands sometimes you have to override the needs of your loved ones because you know it will be bad for them. That is leadership, my friend. Then you also have to eat all the bullshit you will get for that. People will hate you. You have to live with that because you know it's right. That's what makes a great man in my eyes. Dealing with the shitty choices life forces on you and the backlash you will get from other people, but you know deep down that it's the right choice to make, so you do it anyway. Anyway, that was quite a tangent, but I like to have these conversations. That's what I live for. Anyway, so where were we? I came and went. Oh yeah, all right. He also wanted to be a Spectre, but he fumbled, basically.
I won't let you down, sir.
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharaoh system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
Why don't we just give up on Saren? I feel like we should actually bring him back so he has to pay for his traverses. I really hope that doesn't happen to you, man. Me and my dad still tell each other we loved him. I believe that it would happen, but it will 100% pass. That's great, and I love you do this. That is amazing. No, but I mean, like, you know, when kids grow up, because right now he's comes up to me, hugs me all the time, and wants to have this sort of body contact the entire time, right? And this just usually, if you grow older, that just becomes less. That's just normal, right? Of course, he's still gonna hug me when we like read or anything going forward. But at some point, especially like in puberty, your parents are mostly embarrassing, right? So, and I know this is coming, so I'm preparing for this mentally. I mean, he's 5, so it's still gonna take a while. I actually have to put myself on a leash because the battery ran out for the headphones. But yeah, I don't think that he will like, completely stop telling me that he loves me. But but as it is when they are little, very little, that obviously changes. What about the Reapers?
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
But if they do
That's true, but
the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
Alright.
I'll stop it.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni.
Sony.
We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
The colonists on Pharos might still be alive.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now.
True.
You don't answer to us.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
I thought also there would be some sort of ceremony where you are giving a complete list of what you should be doing as a Spectre. Basically, each one of the councils just dropped a line, that was it. That was interesting. Damn your PC's fire. Thank you. It was very expensive. It was very expensive. 5,000 euros. This thing. Because yes, I actually was crazy enough to spend 3 grand on a 5090. I see it as an investment into the stream. That's it, bump looking good. Thank you. I like these headsets a lot, by the way. It's the Corsair Virtuoso. You can see the Corsair logo on the side. Little plug, I'm not sponsored. But they are amazing, because I have big ears. And they cover them completely. They are very comfortable to wear all day, because they don't... Like, the clamp isn't very strong. But they sit very nicely. Great headphones. Wireless, usually, unless they have to charge. But yeah. I kind of like actually us being a Spectre here, because I like the... It's like the Jedi, right? I like the sort of idea that you are... a servant of the galaxy as a whole, not just one species, but the entire galaxy. He says humanity, but you're representing everyone, really. Trying to keep the peace. And this is lovely. But again, it also breeds the danger, as we said earlier. If you are above the law, then you might do stupid shit. Is it your first playthrough? Yes! I've never played any Mass Effect game before. But it's my first one.
I'll try not to make things any harder on you, Ambassador.
Glad to hear it, Commander. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to.
You don't lose
Captain
humanity
Anderson can
just
answer any
becoming a Spectre,
questions
do
you might have.
Right, tell me.
Yes, Commander?
I want to know the truth about you and Saren. I want to know about the mission you were on together all those years ago.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned.
Sounds like.
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
How many casualties?
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived.
Damn.
There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500.
Damn.
Mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated. Mission accomplished. And I ended up taking the blame. That
Wait, how did he
all
take
talk
all
of
the
me
blame?
joining the Spectres.
Yeah, but I can see Saren just didn't give a fuck. He only cares about the mission, achieving it. Doesn't care about any casualties. Anderson sounds like Mr. President from Rick and Morty. Interesting. Might be. Maybe. Okay, got you. We'll not try to spoil anything. Yes, please. Please, no spoilers. I'm enjoying this game a lot so far. I like how deep this is in... Also, how sophisticated it is in how deep the layers are of the dialogue and the world itself.
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start.
Me too.
I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing, but you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
But does he really have to step down completely? I mean, to give up the ship, I guess, but could you, like, be captain of something else somewhere? Lore in this game is really deep. Yeah, I love this. This is what I live for. Deep lore. Deep stories.
Any extra intel you can give me on our colony at Pharos?
The entire planet used to be one giant Prothean city. Mostly ruins now. But some of the infrastructure is still intact. The colony tried to build on what the Protheans left behind. We lost all contact with them when the Geth attacked.
Did they... Why did they never make a movie about this game, though? I mean, it seems like it would be a cool story. They could even... I think they could even make an entire TV show out of it. Right? It seems like it could totally hold up.
What do you know about the Artemis Tau cluster?
Not much. I've never been there myself. A handful of systems with a few small, uncharted worlds, but no real colonies. Might not be easy finding Dr. Tassoni out there. My advice is to look for the world with the Prothean ruins.
Alright.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Yeah. Alright then. Get on our ship. On our ship. Lovely.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
How about you congratulate me for the new position?
Captain Anderson should be the one in charge. It's like I'm stealing the ship from him.
Yeah, the captain got screwed. But it's not like you could have stopped it. Nobody's blaming you. Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
Honestly, always. Always follow
This is
truth.
Commander Shepard speaking. We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy. For too long, our species has stood apart from the others. Now it's time for us to step up and do our part for the rest of the galaxy. Time to show them what humans are made of. This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse. But we know Saren won't stop there. His Geth armies aren't going to stay on the far fringes of Citadel space.
I like that you can make
Humanity
your own
needs to do
speech.
this.
That's awesome.
Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped. And I promise you all, we will stop him.
Yes, sir.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
That was cool that you could make your own speech. I like this a lot. What's a tip? Answer like you feel. You don't have to play good guy or bad guy. Just the way I see it. Yeah, but I have been choosing the good guy most of the times anyway because it's just how I feel. But I think there was one interaction so far where I didn't like the good choice that much. But yeah.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Commander, something you need?
Status report.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Alright, see ya. See ya, bruh. Galaxy map. Yeah, any other things? We have our own ship now. I like it. Big fan.
Anything you need, Commander?
I was confused why they would look at each other that way, but okay.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Why?
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Alright then. Alright then. Wait, what is this? People pod. Okay. Sure. Scimitar. What? Hey Doc, how's it going?
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
Wait, we talked about
I enlisted, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but humanity needs the
Okay,
Alliance if we want
should
to.
go.
Goodbye,
Right.
Commander.
You have nothing new, huh? Okay. Nothing new to say, eh? Alright. Let's go to the map then. These stairs remind me a lot of Star Wars. Like an Imperial ship. With that light. These lights, rather. Open up the door, it's real! Okay, sorry. What you got?
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Non-humans.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Well, he was on our team. He got brutally murdered. You know?
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
Damn, okay.
Carry on, Presley.
Carry
yes,
on.
sir.
Wait. Oh. The other side. Okay, my bad. Characters say something new only after missions. Oh, okay. Supposedly constructed by the long-extinct Protheans, this colossal deep space station serves as the capital of the Citadel Council. Oh, yeah, I already read this. Alright, thank you. Never mind. Citadel. there's nothing else here, huh? Yeah, okay. Wait. Are we not supposed to see anything else? Am I tripping? Oh, okay. Widow. We can zoom out even farther. Gotcha. Damn, what is all this? False Head Nebula. Damn. Okay, how big is this game, by the way? I think we have a Hawking ET. There was a side mission here. What is that? Milky Way. Wait, we're in the Milky Way galaxy? Okay. Well, it makes sense. If Earth is somewhere, somewhat around. Asteroid X57. Utopia. Can you just go to all these planets? Just like that? That's crazy. Bavaria. This is the main mission thing right there. What's this? Strenu's. Looks fancy though. This reminds me of Warframe. What is Warframe? I've never played that, I don't think. Wait, there's one more. What's that? Phoenix. Can I just go here? It seems like it takes a while to get down here. Century. Sure, let's go there. I think that's a side mission. No, that's, by the way, a very cool ship design.
Message coming in, Commander. Big surprise. The Alliance needs you again.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett with Alliance Command. We've got a mission for you. An Alliance officer named Major Kyle has set up a small compound in the Hulking Eta cluster. He's attracted a number of followers, mostly biotics. He's become an outspoken critic of the Alliance, and we believe he's mentally unstable. This could be trouble, Shepard.
Yeah, okay.
What kind of proof do you have that the Major is dangerous?
3 days ago, we sent 2 Alliance representatives to meet with him at his compound. They've disappeared. We believe Kyle and his followers killed them. That compound is a cult, Shepard. They call him Father Kyle now. He set himself up as some kind of religious leader.
I might be able to end this without violence.
You serve with him. He might listen to you. But he's already killed 2 Alliance representatives.
Damn.
I trust you to use your judgment. Hack it out.
Farming game where you go to different planets and fuck shit. That's one way to phrase it. Fuck shit. Farming game. I feel like I've heard of this before, but I don't know. Maera. Taropto. Resrop. Wait, I can't go to all these planets? What the hell? Maera has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and xenon. The surface is icy and composed of sodium oxide and calcium. Okay, there's nothing on that, so we can't go here. I see, it's just a planet. Gotcha. Taropto is a typical hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and sulfur in its atmosphere. It has over 100 moons. 100 moons? An extensive ring system composed of pulverized rock. While scanning the planet of Taropto, you discovered a tiny moon with some odd readings. Further scans by Chief Engineer Adams revealed the destroyed escape pod. The salvage team recorded the components and found a leak of 1 medallion. Okay, so that's basically just cool stuff you get here. Is the moon of Glendagon. It is a frigid, barren world with an extremely thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. The crust contains plentiful deposits of heavy metals. The Alliance has opened bidding for the moon's mineral rights, but exploitation will be complicated by the system's proximity to the 5 kiloparsec ring around the galactic core. The ring is an area of intense star formation and too dangerous to safely travel. Westworld's landscape is a nightmare of jagged, overlapping ridges and geological shock zones created by some ancient disaster. This has not deterred a generation of illegal wildcat miners from attempting to exploit the moon's mineral ridges. Unfortunately, many have lost their lives. Just land there, why not? I actually like both these girls, but so when do I get this one? Anyway, let's do it. We might switch them up later. I don't even know what's going on this moon, but we'll see. Wait! Damn, I can actually drive a thingy? That's awesome. I was thinking when I saw this in the bay of our ship that I want to drive this. I didn't know I can actually do it. And I'm here, I guess. MAKO. Anomaly. How do I get there? Oh, what? Noveria Paris. No, we had... Which one was it? Oh, this was August Roll. What's the other one? What's this one? Compound in the Hawking Eta cluster. Okay, but she has cluster, but didn't say where, like on which planet. Can you even get up there? At all? Yeah. Oh, I can fly. Oh, that's fancy. Just shortly, I guess. Oh, I didn't do this. Can I boost? There we go. That was stupid. Oh, man. Man. How high up is this? Damn, that's quite a drop, isn't it? I love this game, man. Just driving around in a cool thingy on another moon, planet, whatnot. It's just awesome. That's totally my style. Game. Ancient debris. Can I get out of this car, by the way? I guess I can. Oh, I can. Never mind. Cover artifact. Oh, really? That was stupid. Turian insignia recovered. Digging under the beacon revealed a piece of scrap metal, likely from a very old freighter. It was marked on one side of the Macedon outpost insignia. Alright. That's quite some good money I got from this. Okay. The front of the rover is crumpled in from impact. A glance inside tells you the occupants, probably a team of illegal wildcat miners, are dead. Debris is still sliding down the furrows left by its tires. Found it in a new vacuum atmosphere. Interesting. Biotic compound. Oh, go here first. So we discovered all this.
You lead. I'll follow.
Ready.
Don't have anything to say about this place. Come on, really? Give me the shit. There we go. And what the hell is this? Formation. What happens if I roll this thing? It's bad, I guess. Whoa! We're good. Almost. That was stupid. Oh, we're good. Oh, that's a lot. Damn. Shit. No. That's actually a lot more difficult than it usually was. Well, finally. Take it all. Alright, let's go here. Compound. Seems to be quite far though. Speed! Come on, man. Give me the shit. Yeah. Almost. Alright, I'm gonna build something here. What is this? What is that? If you do this to survey a mineral? What are you guys smoking? What? How did that not hit it? It's bullshit. You have successfully surveyed a large deposit of gold. Oh, nice. Have you given up any thought? Have you given any thought to a new mafia game? Oh shit, I forgot about this. No, I have to check it. Oh, wait. I should look into it. Absolutely. Thanks for reminding me. I have to... See, we talked about it earlier. I have to make a to-do note, otherwise I'll forget about it. Feels bad. What can I do here? Nothing?
I'm right here.
Yeah. I guess I can't do nothing on this thing, huh? Interesting. Oh, there we go.
This is a private sanctuary. Outsiders are not welcome here.
I need to talk to the man in charge. It's important.
Father Kyle wants nothing more to do with the Alliance.
I want this to end peacefully. If he doesn't see me, people could get hurt.
We won't let you take Father Kyle away. He protects us. We need him.
The Alliance wants someone to pay for those murders. Let me speak to Major Kyle, and maybe I can find some way to help you all get out of this alive.
Wait. Father Kyle will speak with you. Head to the building at the far end of the compound. He'll meet you there.
What? Far end of the compound. You mean this? Fuck. I'm confused. Am I tripping, guys? End of the compound. Oh, this one. See, oh, it's green. Gotcha. Yeah. Just briefly. Mafia game. Check it. Look into this for sure.
Father Kyle says we biotics have to stick together.
I don't know, you don't seem too healthy.
The Alliance wants to wipe us out. Father Kyle told us.
I don't know about that. Father Kyle.
The Alliance wants to wipe us out.
All
Father
right.
Kyle told us.
Shut up. Where's our Father Kyle? Bunch of cultists here. What's the point of having windows here underground? Can you explain this to me? What's the point of that? Nice. I was just gonna steal something. Nobody saw it. Don't worry about it. I'll take all of this, thank you. Cash is just stealing stuff. There he is.
I am Major Kyle. I know why you've come. We have no quarrel with you. Why can't you just leave us alone?
You killed 2 Alliance officers. You had to know how this would end.
They wanted to take me away from here. They wanted me to abandon this place, turn my back on my family. They spoke blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
I did what I could to make their end quick and painless.
Sure.
I had no other choice. It was necessary to protect my children. Only I can keep them safe.
The Alliance sent me to bring you in, Major. Can't you see this has gotten out of hand? Don't you understand you're endangering your followers?
I respect that you have come under a banner of peace, but I cannot do as you ask. If you take away their father, my children will be helpless.
Seems like we have to kill him.
You're not leaving me much choice, Major.
I speak, but you do not hear. You are like the others. A blasphemer who must die.
Damn. Whoa! I wonder if there... I wonder if there would have been a diplomatic solution. But it didn't work. Really. Really? It did not save when I got him this compound? You kidding me? Okay, I guess I have to use again. And apparently I have to save a lot myself, because the game doesn't. Alright then. Blasphemous. Yeah, he seems crazy. I don't want to kill all these people though. But I mean, he has to pay for his crime and kill people. Even if they try to drag him away or not, but you can't just kill people just because you disagree with them. You know? Let's jump. Woo! Oh shit. Oh, it does take damage. Okay. No, I guess. Oh, so I also didn't get any of the things I uncovered there. Good to know what's involved.
Securing point.
All right. Come on. Yeah. Imagine what this game could look like if it had new graphics. Like, this is just remastered, right? But imagine the entire area looking different, the lighting different, like ray tracing, for example, from... Oh, there's no sun here. That would look amazing. But it still does look good for its age, I must say that.
This is a private sanctuary.
Yes.
Outside.
I need to
Father
talk to
Kyle
him.
wants nothing more to do with the Alliance.
I want this
We
to
won't
end
let you
peacefully.
take Father Kyle away.
The Alliance
Wait, Father Kyle will speak with you. Head to the building at the far end of the compound. He'll meet you there.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to do this. Redeploying. Okay. Let's do this again. But I learned my lesson. You gotta save more often. I want to kill these people, but I didn't really have an option to not do that. I didn't even get any of that stuff either, so I lost all of it. I don't want to go to this debris again, though. It's fine.
I am Major Kyle. I know why you've come. We have no quarrel with you. Why can't you just leave us alone?
You killed 2 Alliance officers. You had to know how this would end.
They wanted to take me away from... I did what I could to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
their end quick and painless. I had no other choice. It was necessary to protect
You can still get out of this alive, Major. Surrender and nobody will get hurt.
I respect that you have come under a banner of
Okay.
peace, but I cannot do as you ask. If you take away their father, my children will be helpless.
Yeah, I can't. My only option is to kill him.
You murdered those men.
I speak, but you do not hear. You are like the others. A blasphemer who must die.
Alright. Let's try to not die. You got some fancy things, right? Damages enemy shields within a certain radius. Do this. Overkill. Sounds good. I go with this. Does aiming for the head do anything? I wonder. Oh shit. Wrong gun. How do I do the healing again? I'm so dead. How do I heal? I forgot. How do I heal? I forgot the hotkey.
Mhz deployed.
Oh, there we go. Guess that worked. Everyone's dead though.
Send me back in.
Well, welcome back.
Ready.
All right. Well, we had to bring justice to this. Can I actually choose them with quick slots? How do I use these quick slots? I like the sniper rifle probably the most. Wasn't there another guy here? Well! What are these yellow things? I can blow this up, right? Maybe not. What does this do then? I don't know. Edge. Medi gel and 90 bucks. Useful. I really didn't want to kill all these people. You know? Oh, what am I doing? My hand was kind of forced here. Alright, how can I get picked up again? I want to get into the ship. How do I do this? Return to Normandy. Yes. That didn't quite go as planned, I would say. Damn, there's a lot. Yeah, probably not gonna do all of this. File a report. How do we do this? How do I file a report?
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Admiral Hackett here, Commander. Your helmsman just forwarded your report on Major Kyle. We never like to see civilian casualties, but I think we all knew how this was going to end. You did what you had to do.
Badly, yes.
The news vids are going to pick up this story for sure, but we'll keep your name out of it, Shepard. Hackett out.
Yeah. Didn't like it too much, but oh well. Average size, atmosphere is composed of nitrogen, oxygen. Frozen surface is mainly composed of cobalt. We can't land on any planet, huh? Oh wait. Oh, this is the actual planet. Oh, we can't even land on it. Great Rift Valley that stretches across the southern hemisphere. What is most fascinating about the rift is that it does not appear to be natural. Geological records suggest it's the result of a glancing blow by a mass accelerator round of unimaginable destructive power. It occurred some 37 million years ago. So you're telling me 37 million years ago they were already fighting? That's crazy talk. Argos roll. On Phoenix, I think. I don't know. What's this other side quest we had, right? I think. Tashi. Badly locked to Phoenix. Seas of molten light metals cover much of the sunbelt side. That's crazy. 556 Celsius. Damn. Samarium. Alright. Some crazy planets out here. Tuntau is an enormous low-density terrestrial planet with a thick atmosphere of methane and helium. Despite being nearly 20 AU from Phoenix, the star's great heat and the insulating thickness of the atmosphere make the surface surprisingly temperate. The crust is mainly composed of sodium and silicon dioxide, deposits of various light metals. While Tuntau is not habitable, the relative pleasantness of the surface conditions make it a popular location for small ships traveling through the Argos Roll cluster to land for drive distance. Let's go there, sounds fancy. Let's take our big guy with us this time. And let's go with a guy squad. Alright, what you got? We are here with this hidden structure. Anomaly. Debris. It doesn't really look too pleasant on this planet, if I'm being honest. Whoa! Shit. That is a hidden structure indeed. Whoa! Might have seemed quite hostile. Immediately shooting at me, not even asking questions.
I know who runs this place.
Have you been here before?
No, but I was planning to come here before you and I met. This place belongs to a Turian scum named Ton Actus.
Actus.
It's a long story, but he's got something that belongs to me.
Well, what is it?
Family armor. It's been with us for over 5 generations. Turian military took it from my father's father after the war. Somehow this ass ended up with it. I want it back.
We'll get it back. Now let's move.
Right behind you.
Alright. Good to know. I guess we're gonna be attacked soon. How does this guy tank a headshot? There you go, pirate sniper. So bad. Where's my aim? Go for shotgun. I didn't save again, did I? Ah! Critical mission failure. I'm forgetting to save. Save, man. Well, it wasn't that far. Might just be me, but the gun sounds seem louder than your voice. It might be. Is the game pretty loud outside of the gun sounds as well? Oop. So you can turn it down a little, like this. Whoa! It might still be too loud, then let me know if that's the case.
I know who runs.
Yeah, we know this. Thank you.
It's a long story. Somehow this...
We'll get it.
Right behind.
Oh, I should also... Yeah, look at this. He got nothing. Stay on a dying breed. Improves health regen. Physical, yeah. Melee damage, I don't know about that. Warp. Damage over time and enemies caught in the area of effect. Ah. Useful. Shotguns unlocked. You can go with shotguns, I like that. You're an agent. Pretty good. First aid, yes. We also need some damage, but mostly healing. I'm good. Maybe I should save here, actually. It counts how many times I've saved, huh? Interesting. You go with the shoddy, nice. And shield boost, I like that. Ah, so bad. Wait, what? I'm being attacked from behind. Why are you running in like this? What the hell? That takes no damage. I'm not hitting it. Why are they running at me like this? Damn. Ow. No, I know. I keep forgetting how to use anything. There you go. Wait, where'd he go? How are you not dead? Why is my aim so bad? Damn, this fight is pretty tough. Oh, damn, he's almost dead. It's bad. Damn, he tricked me. Went to your voice, yeah, but not anymore. Okay, good. He tricked me because I was just looking at him when he shot me. Not good. This is a tough fight, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the sniper. Yeah. Shield boost. Sabotage. I like this. How did that do so much damage? What the hell? There's a guy right here. That's bad. Well, you're right in my face. I can't really shoot him. Oh, he's 1 HP. This is bullshit. They switched sides. That's pretty clever. Well, the fighting is, I will say, not easy in this game because it's a bit clunky. Oh, this gun does no damage. What the hell? Why are you standing in front of my face, buddy? Is it sabotage? No, that's fine. The eye is pretty clever, though. I must say that. Like the enemy eye, for the matter. Just wrecked my guy. Damn. It was a rough fight. I think we got it, right? Wait, no. But they are above. How do I even get there? Ready, Joe? That's useful. We gotta actually look into all the stuff we... Still too low, man. All the stuff we picked up. We still have our big tank. That was doable. Oh, that is the guy. Ton Actus. Oh shit. Got him. I pulled faster. Alright. That's it, huh? Was that the mission? Nice. Good stuff. We gotta look into what we all.
This is it. I can't believe my ancestors ever wore this piece of crap. But at least I've got it back.
I'm glad we could help you get it back.
I might just be starting to like you, Shepard.
Expression thoughtful, perhaps. Krogan are hard to read. Then he shakes off his bemusement and grips his gun with renewed purpose. Time to move on. Alright. Renewed purpose. Off to see it. Always good, isn't it? We have so much stuff. Banshee. A lot worse. Hammer 2. And that's more damage. Heatsink is a bit worse, but we can actually make it better. Yes. I like it. Assassin. Oh, that's way better. Huh. Looks interesting. It doesn't look very good, I must say that. But if it helps. Armor upgrade. Cooldown reduction. Damage protection. Hardening. Shield recovery, that's pretty good. It is pretty good. Scimitar 2. It does pretty well. Piercing rounds. Bit of fire damage. Hell yeah. Edge 2. You also have the striker. Nah, the edge seems much better. Hammerhead rounds and recoil damper. Like, yeah, all the other ones we can actually just. What is even junk? Scimitar 1 sucks balls. What do I do with all this gel, by the way? What am I supposed to do with it? Bench. Yeah. Yeah. No, I like the ones we have. If you gotta stack our guys as well, huh? Yeah. Oh, they got a bunch of money. Interesting. Oh, we get upgrades. Charm, yeah, max our charm out. It's all discount, I like it. I expected. Max this out and first aid. Electronics. Strength of your shields, that sounds pretty good. That sounds good. Anyway. Yeah, this I don't like this armor too much. It has a Star Warsy feeling to it though. Would not Wrex. Anyway, let's get back to our ship. This guy cannot sprint for like 2 seconds. Or panting in my ears. Not even 2 seconds. Anyway, yeah, I gotta leave now, friends. And sadly, very sadly, I will not be back before Wednesday. It's painful, I know. I'm very sorry. But I have an appointment on Monday, so I can't do it. On like the whole weekend, my son's over, and there's a birthday for my. What do you call it when I'm the godfather to a child? What do I call that child then for me? I don't know. But anyway, and on Tuesday my son's back over, so it's gonna be Wednesday. Sorry. But there's a lot of WODs still being uploaded, and at some point we should actually be up to par with the streams again. I know there's still 2 more games, or 3 more games actually coming in the WODs, and then we should be same with the streams again. Also, I hope. Anyway, thanks everyone for being here. Welcome everyone who's new here. We're gonna keep playing Mass Effect. I like the game a lot. It's amazing. And especially now when we can actually go to any sort of planet, just drive around in a cool car and kick people's ass. It's a lot of fun, man. I like it. It's a nice sort of, how do I phrase it? Nice sort of pastime, other than just talking to people all the time and political diplomacy and racial topics and whatnot. Anyway, as I said, thanks everyone for being here. I hope you all have a good time. I see you on the next stream, and until then, have fun with whatever game you're playing and what you're doing, and I'll see you around, guys. That's pretty much it. Have a good time, and bye-bye.